Okay, so we're now live on YouTube. Are we set to bring in the first applicant?
Yes, we are.
Hello.
Hello. There we
Hey.
go.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Welcome. So you guys want to expand your driveway, you're saying, right?
Yes.
Okay, you said proposed action, modify existing driveway with drainage. News, good news. So why don't you explain to us what you want to do? How you want to do it?
Okay, so if you, in the picture that you're looking at, the left side of the driveway, the Belgian block that we have running up right now.
Yep.
I would like to run that up on an angle towards the front door
Okay,
to where it terminates at the stoop. You know, so we'll just be claiming a little bit of space there for the driveway.
okay,
And then on the left side, we would like to go right up against the fence with the buffer there,
Leaving the 3 feet.
the 3-foot buffer
3-foot buffer, okay.
off the fence there.
Okay. So
And we'll leave the curb cut the way it is.
curb cut to remain? Okay.
Correct.
You're answering all our questions. In that lawn off to the west there where you want to expand,
Correct.
Suffolk County Water, meter pit there or,
Yes.
okay. So what's your contractor say about that? Is he,
I would just pave around it, no?
I don't know. It was a concern, but for a couple members of the board. If it is a box that is able to be driven over or not, because they're in the lawn.
It's a cast iron box.
Right. So we would probably ask you to just contact Suffolk County Water and let them know what you want to do. Let them know what your plans are.
Okay,
So they get approval from them for that.
no problem.
Okay. Curb cut stays the same.
Correct.
You mentioned that you're gonna have drainage. What was your plans for that?
On the left side of the driveway there, I was gonna excavate into the lawn there and put a dry well.
Okay, great. And when you would have what, like a French drain or trench drain at the end of the driveway to,
Correct, a trench drain with a steel grating over it,
okay,
just, you know, between the sidewalk and the driveway.
okay. So this area that you want to, you're basically taking off that curve there and to the front door?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's basically a walk area, so the cars will stay in front of the garage and off to the west?
Correct.
Okay. And it's the surface of the area will be asphalt? Or,
It's gonna remain asphalt, yes, with Belgian block perimeter.
okay. All right. Okay, so, anybody else have any questions?
No.
Talked about
No.
All right, so since we're not changing the curb cut, which is, you're good there as far as coordinating with the village superintendent of highway, but we would ask you to reach out to Suffolk County Water and make sure you have their proper meter pit there
Okay,
for your own benefit, you know?
absolutely.
And your contractor is, who's your contractor for the asphalt work?
We didn't pick one yet.
Oh, okay, okay. So you may have ideas too as to the way to handle that.
Correct.
Meter pit. Okay.
And nobody was forthcoming with any information until we had an okay to do the work.
Okay. All right.
So we reached out to a few people, but they said get a permit and then we can talk.
All right. Very good.
So your dimensions on the plan, so instead of the 7'6", you're gonna make that 7 foot?
7.6.
That's the distance from the house to the,
Yes,
Because, yeah,
Correct.
you have, the 10 foot is to the fence, the property line. So it's 7, so it'd be 7 foot, not 7.6.
Yeah.
That leaves the
Correct.
3 foot.
the actual measurement in life is 11 foot to the fence.
Well, but that's, the fence may be whose fence is it?
I don't know,
May
it was
not be
there when
on
we
the-
bought the house.
It may not be on the property line, so you gotta go to your property line.
yeah, the survey is probably more accurate than the fencing.
Yes,
Roger,
So seven
7
feet then.
foot.
Okay.
correct.
Most people, courtesy, they put their fence in on their property 1 foot. So,
With the expanded driveway, do you expect any issue with the telephone pole there? Or
No, because we're not
keeping
changing
the curb cut the
cut.
same, you're just gonna curve around?
Correct.
Okay, good. Sounds good to me.
okay, everybody's good?
Yes, good luck to you.
You'll get a letter from us, approving it with the 3-foot buffer. And mentioning that you're gonna go for
Suffolk
approval
County.
with the Suffolk County,
Suffolk County water, correct?
right, and the drainage, as you spoke of, a dry well with the trench.
Perfect.
Okay,
You got it. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, have a good
Yep.
night.
Applicant,
Okay, adding 11 Lewis Circle.
Hello?
hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay, thank you. Good evening. So you want to expand your driveway at 11 Lewis Circle?
Yes, correct.
Okay, maybe you can explain to us what you want to do? So-
Sure. This picture's actually a little old, but basically when you're looking at the picture on the left side of the house where this concrete walkway is coming down,
Yes,
we'd like to extend the driveway over to the concrete walkway, adding an additional 6 feet so we could park 2 cars side by side,
okay,
and also make the curb cut a little bit wider
okay,
as well.
all right. And on your plan here, you have it pitched off to the west there, so it goes in, the drainage would go into the green space?
Correct. Yes, that's how it currently is, and we were just looking to do the same thing, just a little bit wider.
Good, great.
Alternatively, you could pitch it from the middle to both sides, since you have green space on both sides, up to you,
Correct.
how you want to do it. So,
And the surface area will be what?
It
Concrete,
would be 21 feet wide then by, I forget the overall length. I think it's around 30 feet to the sidewalk.
okay, but the actual substrate or the paving it will be what? Concrete or asphalt?
Concrete.
Concrete. Oh, well. Okay. Very good. So are you keeping the concrete you have there or you were?
We were going to rip it out and put a whole new slab for the entire thing.
The only other thing we'd ask you to do is to coordinate with the superintendent of highway, the village department of highway, Skip Gardner, for the curb cut.
Okay.
He's a good resource and he'll help you make that work for yourself and for the village.
Okay, perfect.
Very good.
Right.
So you get a letter of approval from us and good luck. Are you new to the village or?
We've been here for 5 years now.
Okay, great. Well,
A nice spot there.
Good luck,
Yeah,
Brian.
Thank you.
Like the view.
That's what originally attracted us to the house.
okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was my old paper route.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, our next applicant will be
Heading
65.
65 Deer Park Avenue. Yep.
Baked with Grace.
Hello.
Hello, Grace.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. So, you want to open up, it's basically just a new business that's going to sell baked items, correct?
Yes. So I have a baker. He's in Islip, so I would just be transporting all the baked goods to the shop, and it would be open from Thursdays to Sundays.
Okay, and you're baking them where?
In Islip?
Is that a Department of Health approved kitchen and all? Or
Yeah, it's a co-packer, so it's an established bakery that makes them for me.
co-packer? Oh, so this is like a contra or you have a relationship with a baker who bakes
Yes.
your recipes to your specifications, and then you sell.
And he packages it for you, or?
I package them myself. So they're cookie pies. They're cookies baked in pie tins. So he makes them in the pies, puts the lid on them, and then transports them to my shop where I package them in plastic bags.
Do they have to be refrigerated?
No.
No. Okay, good.
Very interesting. Okay, so let's see. You say you have 4 employees, a maximum 3 per shift, right?
Yeah, so right now I'm only going to be hiring 3 employees and it will be 2 per shift.
Okay.
But,
So-
you know, for anticipated holidays, I'll probably have more.
Okay. So you're gonna utilize the employee parking through the Chamber of Commerce for their?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So there's no baking on premises. So your deliveries will come through the front door because there's like no access through the back, correct?
Yeah, they'll be through the front.
Okay. Okay. Any interior renovations do you plan?
No.
No. Okay. Any signage?
Yes, the awning.
Awning, okay, so you would go to the architectural review board for the approval for the signage?
Yes, I submitted an application for that.
Okay, good. Dumpster, is there a dumpster available to you?
I don't need one of them. I'm probably just gonna have like maybe a bag or 2 per day.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna take it home.
Okay, so we're gonna, no dumpster needed. The other thing we've been tasked with recently is we'd ask you to get a letter from the Suffolk County Department of the Sewer Department.
Okay.
That's just every new business, we've asked them to get a letter from them, basically saying that there's no issues.
Okay.
I think that's all the questions I have. Anybody else have any questions?
The outdoor dining,
Proposed
Oh, yeah.
seating, the
That's it,
seating we
outdoors.
discussed.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, outdoor seating, we couldn't approve that.
Okay. I figured when I made those pictures, it was based off of what is happening in the town right now. But then as
Right.
I brought them to the town, they said that that's just for COVID, so that's fine.
Yeah, and Barik, next door to you, that little area is actually their property. So
Okay.
they can set up in front of their building. Yes, if you're really, or you really want that, you would have to approach the Board of Trustees. But again, you know, as COVID is leaving us for good, or at least leaving us in a better position here. I think we'll see the outside seating reduced in the village.
Okay.
Grace, will you be having any seating inside?
No, it will just be pickup.
So you won't be serving coffee or tea?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I look forward to sampling your product.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, you'll get a
Good
letter
luck,
from us.
Grace.
Basically
Thank you.
telling what we
Good
did.
luck to you, Grace.
Thank you, Grace.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'll start adding the applicants for 8 Little East Neck Road, Apple Bank. We have a total, I believe, of 4 people to add.
Okay, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Anybody here?
Yep.
Okay, shall we begin? Everybody's here, for Apple Bank?
Yes, good evening.
Okay. Good evening. Property number 8, Little East Neck Road, Zone Reso. Request by Apple Bank to open a bank at that location. Maybe you could explain what you'd like to do.
Sure. If I can start off first,
Sure.
My name is Mitchell Jacobs. I'm Senior Vice President of Corporate Real Estate for Apple Bank. Apple Bank currently has a branch located at 1000 Montauk Highway in West Babylon. We've been at that location since 1977. Obviously, the location of that building is dated, and certainly that area of Montauk Highway has some concerns to the bank in terms of its sustainability. We're located in a shopping center where Kmart used to be, which has long been vacant. So we made application to the FDIC and New York State Department of Financial Services to relocate our branch from 1000 Montauk Highway to 8 Little East Neck Road in the village of Babylon. We've received all of our regulatory approvals from both the FDIC and New York State Department of Financial Services. We are working with Rob Morrissey and his firm of JRS Architects, who were the original design collaborative of this building, which has always been a bank building. In terms of exterior signage and site improvements, we appeared before the village's architectural review board last month, and we received approval for our entire signage and branding program, including the location of our ATM, directional signage, site signage, and of course, signage on the building, which is non-illuminated and indirectly lit. We also are very cognizant that this is at the entrance to the village at this intersection. And we're working very closely with landscape consultants to make sure that this property is brought back to its image and branding, certainly reflective of what Apple believes this should be. So that's certainly on our mind as well, that this is a very significant building. In terms of our renovations, really it's in terms of furniture, fixtures, and equipment. As you're aware, this was built as a bank building. The drive-up lane exists, the drive-up teller existed, the ATM existed, and we're making no changes as it relates to the site approach, circulation, or anything to that nature. And really all we're doing on the interior is a technology upgrade, as well as cosmetic improvements to the interior of the bank branch. Our goal is to be up and running in this new facility, hopefully by October 15th, as we really would love to get out of our branch, because certainly the branch really is not becoming of what Apple believes it will deliver to the community. Again, it's a long-standing branch in terms of servicing the community, and we look forward to moving to our new location and being a member of the village community, including we certainly look forward to this year supporting the Argyle Festival, which will be coming up. As we know, last year there was none because of COVID, unfortunately. And again, our approach here is really just to do some technology and cosmetic upgrades on the interior, clean up the site, improve the signage, and get open as soon as possible so we could service the community.
Right, sounds good. So no renovations, like you said, and no change to the parking lot as far as entrance and exit?
None.
The number of employees per shift, you have a total of 12. How many is per shift, or how many?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You said you had 12 employees. Is that 12 employees every day? Or?
You know, I guess I would say probably on the Friday or Thursday, that's our late night. We probably would have, a higher number. But I would say it might be closer on the average day to maybe 8 employees. Probably
Okay.
sounds more like it.
Okay, it's good. Of course, that plays into the parking. You have 24 that are required, and you have 25, which is great. The little loft area, 700 something square feet, is that going to be offices, or will that strictly be storage?
No, it's actually mostly mechanical space.
Mechanical.
Thus the louvers that you're looking at in those eyebrows.
Okay, so
again, there are no changes to the interior as it relates to equipment or anything of that nature.
okay, so that helps in the parking calculation as well. We can actually save 4 spaces there. So 7 customers per day, is that including your drive-in, or is that drive-in 75 customers per day?
Yes, that would be a total, correct.
Total, okay. So, all right.
And again, that's even a little bit on the high side as technology prevails. As you know, especially during COVID, customers prefer obviously to do things remotely or from the safety of their car or such.
Right. The parking lot, you had mentioned the landscaping. You're going to be working with the landscape architect to spruce things up. The parking lot, are you going to do any maintenance on that? Any sealing, any restriping?
Yes, we will certainly do that. We will resurface and restripe.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, there are some small cracks in the asphalt in some areas that'll get patched up and sealed up, but the entire lot's going to be resealed and restriped, as Mitch said.
Okay, great.
Again, all the exterior lighting is just going to get cleaned and relamped. We're not looking to change anything.
Great. Okay, and you say you have no need for a dumpster? Your cleaning crew takes the rubbish away? So that's good. Anybody have any questions?
They have to go to ZBA for this too, Jim?
Yes, because it's Reso, they would have to go to get the final approval for the special use from the ZBA.
Okay.
Why would that be?
Let's pull it out.
You'll have to go up to see, not Jeanette, but,
Maureen,
to make an appointment to be on their agenda.
I'm confused.
I'm gonna clarify that in a minute. It's 365-17. Special use permit granted pursuant to subsection B1, B, and C shall be valid without restrictions imposed by the Board of Appeals. It's relative to the volume, density, and subject matter of the use. In the village, anytime we've changed or with the Reso, the ZBA has gotten involved and to do the final approval.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. It's an existing bank building. We're a bank. What
But
further
But the
approvals are
special
required?
use was with the previous bank operations. And now this is with Apple Bank.
And we're not changing any of the functionality of the building. We're not making any site plan changes. This was never made disclosed to our architect during all of his meetings and discussions with appropriate parties.
It should have been.
Well, it wasn't.
Well, we just go by what the code tells us, and that's the interpretation that the planning board has done over the years.
This was never disclosed to us. The landlord was not aware of this. And certainly we were not made aware of this, and this was not made a condition of our regulatory approvals.
I don't know what else to tell you, but it's right here in that section I just read to you. And that was the board's interpretation over the years. We've been very consistent with our properties in Reso.
It's being taxed as a bank. The tax rate is based on a bank building.
Right.
So I don't understand, what are you asking us to do?
Just making a application to the zoning board of appeals for final approval for the bank to move into this number 8 Little East Neck Road.
What are the ramifications of that if they say no?
The ramifications? I don't believe, well, again, our letter would state that it's a natural fit, but the final approval would need to come from the zoning board of appeals.
And so you just need to understand, we don't have the authority to get the final approval. It's just a matter of process. You come here, we tell you everything's compliant, which we're happy with you. The bank looks great. We're very happy, but we don't have the authority to give the final approval. That you need to go as one step further. And I apologize, it's unfortunate. We're just following the code that's been given to us and the process that needs to take place.
This was never disclosed to me during the entire process of negotiating this transaction. And we are committed to being out of our building by a certain date And now you're telling me there's yet another process and another calendar that we're first learning about now in conjunction with a building that was a bank and will continue to be a bank.
That's correct. That you should have been appraised of this along the way, yes.
Because I know when Mitch first retained us to get involved, we had several conversations with the building department. At no time did it come up. It was just discussed that we'd have to do the ARB for the signage.
Which
And
we
then
did.
obviously the planning board for the change in tenancy.
Which we're
Subsequently,
doing.
as we got more involved in this, we hired Bowler Engineering to assist us with all the filing, and they confirmed all this. And at no time was the BZA even thought about or brought up. And again, if I missed it in the code, but again, that wasn't my interpretation of it either. Again, as Mitch said, it's always been a bank. The building was built as a bank. There's no change. We're not asking for anything more than was already there and already previously approved.
The certificate of occupancy reads bank.
Right. Jeanette, are you still on?
Yeah.
Jeanette, are you there? The building?
Jeanette's muted. Jeanette, you're muted.
I'm sorry. I spoke to Maureen today and she said if you get your application in, she can get you in the July calendar. You just have to get your application in by next week.
And the application process, what's entailed?
It's filling out an application. It's the same site plan that they submitted to us. A letter from planning board. We'd have to get the letter from planning board done immediately so they
Okay,
can have it.
so we can do that.
Mitchell, I just want to emphasize, everything looks great. We're happy with what you have there. The bank fits the village. We're completely happy with what you're doing. We are just, we're just following protocol and letting you know that we don't have the final authority. If we did, we would say yes to you, but we
But
just don't.
but up until everything we've been doing for the last 7 months, we've been told this was the last step. It's only now that we're having this meeting are we learning yet there's another step.
What is
This
the
was-
date? What is the date that you look to occupy the building?
We would
October
like to
15th.
be
I'm sorry?
October 15th. I need to be in this
There's no
building.
reason why that won't happen. We're just saying you have one final step, and that is we're gonna give you the letter
But
right
you- but
away.
you're- but I'm gonna lose a month now until I get on someone else's calendar.
And the building department review our application while the BZA is going on? Can that happen concurrently in this case?
Yes, we have your application and it's on the building inspector's desk. It'll be approved. We're just waiting for the final ZBA approval.
Which means I
Okay.
can't start anything for it until at least July. And what if they don't approve it in the first meeting?
I find that very hard to believe that this wouldn't be approved. It's just a formality, a procedure.
And it
We
can't
can't
be,
approve-
it can't,
we
it can't be
approve
handled by,
something we don't-
it
we
can't,
can't- We can't.
they
approve
can't,
something
they
we
can't
don't have
approve
the
this on an
authority.
administrative level? They can't approve this at an administrative level?
Well,
They would
that
have,
is
they
the
would have to
level.
contact the David Roth, the attorney for the ZBA.
I will do that tomorrow, Mitch.
I mean, I have certain long lead items that I need to purchase, specialty bank equipment, and given what's going on with the supply chain right now, for me to have to wait another month to first start this process, I'll never be in here by October 15th.
And you committed to the Fed
At this
for
point,
day? You committed to the Fed for what day?
It's not a matter of committing to the Fed. It's a matter of when my current lease is up, how I have to notify my customers and getting this building ready. We were led to believe that this was the final step.
Well,
And it's
I
not
think-
until this meeting are we now hearing that that's not the case. During the entire negotiations that I've had for this building, I'm now hearing this now.
I think what Jeanette said is contacting David Roth, the lawyer for the ZBA tomorrow would be the best thing for you to do. And there may be some way you can get this process moving quicker. But not until you speak to him can we grant that authority right now.
Is his contact information on the website, or would you be able, do you happen to have it?
Jeanette, would you have that?
Jeanette,
They-
you have that.
They'd have to contact Maureen tomorrow. I will speak with Maureen in the morning and let her know what happened tonight. And she had already spoke to Bowler today. And when I had told him they were gonna have to go to ZBA, and he called to ZBA immediately to see if he can get on the July calendar. And she said she would do it if the application was in at a certain date. So I will let her know. You know, I don't know if she can help you or not, but she could definitely give you David Roth's number.
Jeanette, when do they have to publish public notice?
Well, their meeting is the third Wednesday in July, so they have to publish 2 weeks prior.
Okay. This is unfortunate that you didn't know about this process. But this is what we've been, like I said, the planning board has always done this with Rezo. That's our procedure.
On an existing building with no change in use?
In the zone of residential O, yes. So, it looks like you could still get in on the calendar. And we will expedite our letter as fast as we, so you can get that out of the way. And you can move on to the next step. Again, as Jim mentioned, we think it's a great fit, but we need to go through our procedures.
More importantly, we don't have the authority to give the final approval. Whether we, you know, there's nothing that we see in your application that we have any objection to. We just don't have the authority in this board to do that final approval. That's all we're trying to tell you. And we're trying to bend over backwards to do everything we can. We understand your plight. We understand what's happening. Jeanette's really trying to bend over backwards. We're doing really everything we can, but we just don't have the authority. Okay? We love the plan. We think the bank is a perfect fit for it. There's no objection to anything that you're doing. It's just a procedural thing that we have to follow. You wouldn't want to have some objection, you know, months down the road that is not copacetic. You need to get it done properly. That's all we're saying.
I understand what you're saying, but again,
I understand you.
I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get a hold of Maureen again in the morning and get what we have to done. Anything you folks can do would be greatly appreciated.
We will
do everything we
push it
can.
along,
Everything that we
and
can
then,
to move this along.
Okay, thank you very much. Pleasure meeting all of you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes,
Good luck.
good luck.
Thank you.
Are we ready for 120 Shore Road?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Hello.
All right.
Good. How are you?
Good.
Evening.
Good evening.
So, looking over your plans, you want to add a little second story deck on your sunroom there?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna take that, what you're looking at now is take the roof off. We'll have a, on the other side, actually, where you just were, we were taking the roof off of that side, putting a deck up, and then having doors going into the master bedroom there to access the roof. So there won't be any stairs or anything getting up there. It's that way you see that window there. There you go. The window on the right of the chimney will now become a door into the bedroom. And then the top of that would be the deck.
So the sunroom is going to be extended 3 feet to the west?
The room, no, the main floor is not changing. They were just taking the roof off. Actually, the deck will extend off because if you kind of continue to go around the block, if we left it the way it was with the roof the way it is, the railing would go right into the middle of that window on the left side.
Yep.
So we need to get it. We need to get the railing to the other side of the window so you can, kind of, it won't look odd.
Right. So you're going to cantilever off 3 feet on that one side.
Correct.
Okay. The rear yard setback, you've gone for a variance for that?
Yes, we got the approvals on the variance.
Okay. What other variances did you get, just for our notes?
The shed on the other side of the house.
Okay.
So we removed one of the sheds, but that was behind it, and we moved it up towards the house and on the other side.
Okay. And that's it?
I think, yeah, that was it.
Just the rear yard setback and the removal of the shed. Okay.
Yeah.
You planning any lighting on this deck?
Our contractor base said it's actually to code. We need to have a light coming out of the door. I guess like right above either right next to it, but that's about it. Nothing.
We would ask that's be shielded. It's not on your neighbor's property.
Yes, absolutely.
Light up what you need.
Yep.
There's no stairs to the ground.
No.
Okay. And it's not going to be enclosed, correct?
It will not be enclosed now. It's just gonna be nice, just a small like cable wire sort of around it railing.
Right. Okay. I have no objections. Anybody else have any questions or concerns?
No objection.
Yeah, always loved that house.
It's a great house.
We're doing a siding as well, so it'll be finished completely. Oh, I actually, one thing I don't know, if on the back of the house, I don't think we got a variance for it, but we are taking if it's a reverse gable.
Yes, you're putting that back on the master bedroom, right? Or whatever that is over there.
Yeah. Just, I didn't think that wasn't a variance. That was more just to dormer it up, just to kind of straighten the ceilings.
And that you're going to have a building permit for, correct?
Yes.
All right. Letter of approval from us, stating what you said, no stairs to the ground, not to be enclosed, and the lighting will be shielded, not to shine on your.
Yep.
Enjoy.
Good luck to you.
Yes,
All right.
good luck. Great.
We love the house. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yep. you
Take
too.
care.
Okay.
Okay, heading 158 East Main Street now.
Who is next?
158, it's CrossFit.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
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 How you doing?
Good. How you guys doing? Good evening.
Thank you for your time. this
You're
evening.
here to approval for music and outdoor area during the business hours of 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Correct?
Yeah. Well, not to have music outdoors. We're here to get the approval to have the garage doors open and to utilize the outdoor space. There's not music outdoors.
There's no music outdoors.
No, the speakers are located inside the building as they have been for the last 7 years.
Speakers are inside the building. Okay. So with that in mind, we do have a code about noise in the village. And it's in the code is 256-2. And it basically says that the your doors and everything are need to be closed. No outdoor speakers, but you said there's none outdoors, right? It just says on 256-2C, to maintain the peace and quiet of the village, any person or corporation shall be required to close the storefront, the windows and door combination at the following times, no later than 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 p.m. on Friday and Saturday.
Which for us, we fall under that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
We close at 8.
Yeah, we're looking
PM.
for 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So we would fall within a few hours of that last time.
So we've heard that there's been complaints by the neighbors, the music being too loud. Is that
Yes, one neighbor, yes.
one neighbor? Okay.
Yeah. And it's on the back of the building. The neighbor that is on Soy Dam, there are some residential houses there.
Right.
Mechanic shop, and then behind the mechanic shop or further south, I believe that's south, will be a couple of houses, and I believe they're rentals. It's not here or there, but
Right, but they're renting, they're helping, living in the village.
In a commercial zone.
Live peacefully, right?
Yep, but in a commercial zone, correct?
No, you're in commercial zone. They're outside that in residential area. In the past, the planning board, whenever we've come into any outside activities, it's our procedure to send the person or business to the Board of Trustees for the final approval. And I believe that's what we have to do here tonight. Send you to them for the final approval, for you to keep your doors open.
And is the Board of Trustee, that's including Mary Adams, because Mary Adams was the one that sent us here.
Correct.
So we're kind of going in a full circle there a little bit. We had
You're right.
We had a meeting with her on Tuesday morning, with her and code enforcement. We played the levels of music that go on during my business hours during that time. And that's where Mary proposed that we come to you guys and have a conversation. And again, I have gone above and beyond to the residents behind me. I've gone about unplugging the back speaker in the back room. I've gone about unplugging the back speaker in the back corner. I've been faced with a lot of challenges in the last year and a half. I'm lucky to still be here. We're still literally every day. We've had COVID in the gym, and because those doors have been open and because of the things that I have done, I have kept every single person in that gym safe, and not one other person have gotten it. There are New York State rules and guidelines that are still in place, even though the Department of State, the emergency of state was lifted by Governor Cuomo. The guidelines of opening CDC for gyms has not been lifted. So by closing those doors or not getting this approval tonight and just getting this done with and secured and not continuing to go in this full circle, you're really, really making it a challenge for us to continue as a business, to be completely honest. And it's really more for safety of this community. And it's not a matter of, I'm no different than any other business and any other restaurant and bar that's currently operating. As you guys can see, I provided the decibel levels of the differences in the businesses. I'm actually quieter than most of your other businesses in the village. So I really would like to have this done and settled again. Mary Adams was the one that sent me here, and I met with Roy from code enforcement. The one neighbor that did complain actually has a police report against him because he came to my business at the time of my business and screaming at me in front of my customers. And the cop filed a police report against him. So.
Okay. Is there any compromise? Can we use Bluetooth instead of music and, keep the music down and have earbuds and. We've
done it all. I mean, we really compromised it. And in all seriousness, like in I'm very respectful in the morning from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. My coaches know they are not to open those back doors. We've done a lot to accommodate, and I think this is more.
So I just have a question. According to the law that you had pulled out, we would fall into that time frame, correct? So we operate from 8 to 8.
Right.
So there really is.
And landscaping earlier than us as well that runs and operates in front of and behind my building. And not to compare against an exact business against me, but there's another gym that operates less than 800 meters away from me. That's also by residents. That's playing music and doing full outdoor classes, blasting music.
Who's that? I'm sorry.
That's not my place to say the business name.
But it's in the village.
Yep.
Okay. So, right. Mac, you have anything?
Well, I'm just thinking, since the noise is less than the other areas checked, and they've made attempts to lower the music, just as long as it's not, you're not blasting out Black Sabbath at the highest volume and with screaming, so I think we have to try to compromise here.
Yeah, I agree.
Specifically, since that code that we quoted does fit them in, it does say that it's not approved for later hours.
Correct.
I'd be willing to write a letter that says that, states all these things and says that, if we get additional complaints, we'll have to reevaluate. But that's my feeling.
Can I ask how long do you anticipate keeping those doors open? Because the issue is about the sound. Is this something that, say, COVID is completely lifted at some point in time, it will be? Do you anticipate that you will be closing the doors then permanently? Or is this just really a COVID issue? Or is this something that you want to do as a regular business procedure?
Well, it was something that always existed as a regular business procedure. So that garage door, for the last 7 years that gym has existed, we've utilized that back space and had that back door open. With the second garage door open to help increase ventilation in the gym, that wasn't one that was frequently open. So, what?
Which?
And then in the winter time, that one never was open. We just kept the two doors and that other door.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Which way do the speakers face in the gym in relation to this door?
So there were initially 3. So there was one on Montauk Highway, and then there was one across from Montauk Highway. The one across from Montauk Highway has been unplugged. And then there was also one in the back auxiliary room that we have, and we unplugged that as well. So the only one that's playing is in the front corner by Montauk Highway. So, and honestly, the reason we did that was so that when the ambulances and stuff go by, it kind of like takes away from the music.
Okay, but so what's happening is the sound waves are being projected out towards the back, towards that door.
Well, and then the other issue is that there's that empty lot next to me, right? There's no building there, which hasn't always been the situation. That building, that land has been empty now for a while. So
Yeah.
I assume that there's probably sound, of course, bouncing off that building, but like.
Yeah. Is there a way though to have, I'm thinking if the sound was coming, like if it was projected from the door to Montauk Highway, you'd probably have less sound being leaked out towards the neighbor.
Yeah, we have a member in-house who works with Bluetooth systems, so I'll ask that to him and see what he says, because he'll do whatever he can to kind of obviously make this less of a headache for me. So we'll definitely ask him if that would help the situation if we moved it into a different corner or whatnot.
Yeah,
It looks like this.
The open.
Yeah, it looks like beside COVID, you're looking for a permanent variance that's going to allow you to keep your doors open and operate your business. Is that correct?
Yes,
But not all year though.
but not all year.
In the winter time, they stay closed.
Well, yeah, obviously it's when it's too cold, you don't want to do that. But as long as weather permitting, you're looking basically for a variance and saying that you're allowed to keep your doors open. And when you keep your doors open, you will be playing music, whatever, regardless of what decibel level it is, you're going to be playing music.
Yes, from the hours that were allotted.
And do you have a lot of soft surfaces inside the gym, or is it mostly hard surfaces?
It's
You have
all-
the mats?
Yeah, it's
rubber
all of
mats
our
and
mats to
cloth
help
mats.
absorb the noise.
Okay, and what about the ceiling? I unfortunately have not been in the facility.
It's almost like a drop ceiling, but really, I don't know that type of ceiling. I can't say. It's not a sheetrock. It's not a drop ceiling, but it's like a tile that looks like it's right up against the top of the.
So it's a tile, like a foam or acoustical ceiling tile.
Not concrete tile, but yeah, like a foam or something like that would look like a
Okay.
drop with a small
That's
sheet.
good.
So
I'm
let me ask you a question. Now that the COVID is leaving or reducing, do you require the 2 doors open? Or you said previously that only 1 door was open? Can you go back to 1 door being open?
Yeah, but the CDC guidelines haven't been lifted off the gym yet. That's the thing.
No.
It hasn't been, no.
No, we have a lot of nurses and doctors, a lot of people who are like in a very tough place after COVID that like meant we will be very unhappy if I don't have that ventilation right now.
What type of fence is between you and this neighbor?
There's nothing, Rich. Well, not much.
Would it be possible to put some sort of like stockade fence in between you and them?
I don't think our landlord owns that fence, and we don't own the building. And
No, I know, but if you were to put a stockade or a solid fence, it might reduce what's becoming offensive to him.
I have one other question about your complaint. The complaint was when you were playing the music at 5:30 in the morning, or since you changed from 8 to 8?
it was at 6 p.m. in the evening, and the music actually wasn't playing from 6 o'clock to 6:45 because my Wi-Fi was out in the village. And the complainant decided to come in at 6:50 when I happened to be there cleaning, and was complaining about music that was on for literally less than 10 minutes. My business was closing at 7 p.m.
Okay. So
I think we should just move forward with this.
I think you're right, Nick. Yep. Go ahead, Matt.
And leave the door open. Let's keep in mind that, we don't want to keep the Black Sabbath off. And, just try to compromise and knowing that there are people that are going to complain about anything and everything. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, if we don't get any more complaints, then we're good. If people start complaining, then we have to revisit it. So, I understand you wanting to have the ventilation. And I understand wanting to have music while you're working out. So I think we can,
I would agree. Let's do that. We'll go forward. You'll get a letter from us, stating what we just discussed tonight. And if there's any other issues, then we'll have to revisit and come up with another compromise.
Thank you very, very much for your
Right?
understanding. Sincerely.
I think that's the best we can do at this point.
No, we appreciate it.
It's a
Thank
lot.
you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you. Great evening.
Okay.
That's kind of a new role that we have.
It is us.
You know what? It may resolve itself with COVID.
Yes, I think you
That's
handled
not
it
what you
very
were saying.
well.
It's not what you were saying. That's why I was asking very specifically. It has nothing to do with COVID. They want to have the ability of keeping their doors open when it's warm out and play music out the back and work out. It really has nothing to do with COVID because I asked them very specifically, after COVID's over, they still want to be able to do this. So to me, it's going to the ZBA and getting a variance on what the code says. The code says you're not allowed to open the doors, and they want to open the doors, regardless of what the decibel level is.
Right. Well, let's we'll go from here. We
Yeah.
get complaints, then we have to escalate.
Interesting. Yeah.
All right.
The question I have is actually the issue with the doors is technically, are they allowed to open the doors with the fire code as it is?
Fire code?
Yeah.
I don't see that would be a problem.
There's no, in other words, you're constantly adding, there's no way to shut off the air supply to or limit a fire if it was, it would be, if it was there. You
Only if,
accelerate.
I mean, a building that has air handlers, that's different. You shut down your fans and stuff.
Right, but I'm saying in this case, you don't have it. And
Right.
is it, you know, it's an interesting question.
Yeah, well, first thing we would do if we got there was a fire, would be to open it up and get ventilation. So,
Yeah, but I'm thinking is if you were the occupant, if there were the tenancy in there to get them out.
You know what? We have what, 3 more cases?
yes. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And
we
the next
better
one is
keep-
93 East Main.
Adding them in.
Possible.
You mean 96? Right?
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
96. Yep,
Okay.
Yeah.
96. Vote, Jason. You're muted.
Hi, thank you so much for meeting with me.
You're welcome. So can you explain to us what you're trying to do here?
Essentially, we started a virtual kitchen of 4 menu items that are just selling, after our kitchen from Long Island Pekin closes. It's literally a taco, the consomme that it creates, and then a dumpling and the satay, which were on our menu for Long Island Pekin. So essentially just 2 items really, and operating as a virtual kitchen, just as if anybody wanted to exist out of our kitchen on Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, or what have you. But since COVID started, my chefs got really comfortable with the fact that we were shutting down at 8 p.m. in the kitchen, and they got that quality of life, family life, and I could respect that and appreciate that. But the front of the house, we're all younger, we all live locally, and we were figuring out something that we could do to fill up those hours. And I just had a taste of these tacos, made it for myself. Staff loved them and said we should sell them. It was an idea that was kind of put in the back of our minds and never really thought as a business or even as a virtual menu. And when all these things kind of presented itself, we decided, yes, let's sell them. Originally, I wanted to go to have the pickup location in the back of our private lot, which is attached to the parking lot. But Mayor Adams had let me know that I need approval, which, I definitely did not want to stir any disrespect or anything like that. I just didn't know. So she called me and we spoke, and she said, operate out the front until you meet with the planning board. And that's what we've been doing so far. And yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay.
Well, how is it going operating out the front?
It's going really well. I do see that it would be better in the back only because people are lining up on the sidewalk. For us, it's great because people driving by can see the line, and it stirs an interest, and people are coming to try it. But I do think that it's safer, more convenient for the customers and us out the back, and yeah, it's just a pickup location. We're not having any seating or dine in or anything like that. It's just takeout.
Okay. I believe that the planning board is pretty much all in favor of it, just keeping it out the front, and not back. At these, what they're lining up, is your front end closed at that point? Or do you let them come into the lobby and wait, and then they can pick up their goods and go?
We let them come in to order, and if they want to wait inside, they can, but a lot of them prefer to wait outside. So they're just on the sidewalk. But the back is renovated just from last year's outdoor dining for the COVID relief program, but we're not doing anything extensive. There's no there's no obstructions or anything like that. And a lot of the customers park in that parking lot anyway, and they just walk into the front. But even DoorDash comes to the back and picks up when they don't even know to come to the front. They just come to the back and pick up. It's just to us, it's an easier process for everybody. But I understand completely if there's some sort of objection.
Did you just say you renovated in the back?
Yeah, we did some paint for last year's COVID relief program. Steve came. We weren't going to open outdoor dining. We didn't actually even know that we could. So Steve came to us and said, like, you should open this space. You have this private lot. And I said, I thought we weren't supposed to. So then he's like, you could do this amount of tables, space them out this way. And he helped us out through it. So what we did was we made it look nice. We put some lighting on the fence, some string lighting on the fence, and just painted the walls and cleaned it up and got rid of all the garbage that was, just laying around. And in that sense, I renovated it, but just paint and some lights that are wrapped around the pole of the fence.
So you have people eating in the back now?
No, not at all.
Oh,
You never used it.
That was last year during the COVID relief program in the summer.
When you say COVID relief, that was some money or available to you or?
Oh, no. That was just the village allowed us to have seating right where you
seating.
see.
Okay, I understand it. I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but you don't need it now. COVID is disappearing.
We just wanted to be a pickup location for takeout.
Right. I believe we're still under the opinion that it would be better through the front of the building where the normal traffic for your patrons to use than in the back, which is more of a service area with the dumpsters and everything else in that area. Is that agree?
There's just, people park right there. Right to the left of where the screen ends. It would just be them walking up and picking up if that even clarifies anything. I'm not sure if you've seen what our lot looks like. It's just an empty space.
I haven't seen that unfortunately today.
and I didn't get back there either. Did anybody else?
I did.
Bruce?
I got back there. There's dumpsters, 2 dumpsters that are there. There is chairs in the back. That looks like there's some drums. I don't know if it's
Yes, the 2 drums are next to the grease drums are right next to the dumpster. But there's plenty of space. It's not like obstructing any walking or anything like that.
Usually the dumpsters are on a padded thing and enclosed. Are those gates open all the time?
The gates can close, but they are open.
Just doesn't seem like it.
No, I think we stay with our original plan. Go out the front, Jason.
Okay.
Go out the front. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's where we'll send the letter stating that you'll use the front as normal.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. We're looking for 52 Reed next.
Adding them now.
Sorry about that. How are you?
Hey.
Who are we talking?
Hello.
Mr. Rush. How are you?
I'll live in the. How are you guys?
Good. So you want to enlarge your driveway, extend your driveway and some new fencing.
Correct.
So why don't you explain to us what you'd like to do? So we
Sure. Looking to widen the driveway to about 20 feet and then add pavers to help with drainage toward the street. And then just replace the fencing to the left.
Okay. The drainage, we want to go into the green spaces on either side of the driveway, not into the street, right?
Yeah, maybe I misspoke there. I apologize.
You did. So your contractor actually sent a letter saying this driveway being widened slightly will have a recessed pavement borders on both sides to alleviate runoff into the street. And that's what we're looking for.
Perfect. I'll go with it.
I'm sorry, it broke up a little bit.
Oh, no, perfect. Yeah, that's, I apologize for the, I misunderstood what they had said. That's
Okay. The curb cut, is that going to be the same size?
Correct. Yeah, we're not.
Okay, good. Fencing looks good. The drainage will be through the driveway will be pitched into the green space on either side of the driveway.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't have any other questions. Anybody have any questions?
No.
Nope.
No,
That'll work. You get a letter of approval from us with the items we just spoke about. No change to the curb cut. And the drainage will be through the pitching of the driveway to the green space on either side of the driveway.
Yes.
Widen as per the drawing that you sent us. Okay. Great.
Thank you for your time tonight, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good luck.
sorry, you had to wait.
No, totally.
Okay,
All right, here we go. Last one. 20 East Jackson.
Joining now.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, doing?
Doing all right.
Great.
I respect you guys. You guys, you put up with a lot of stuff.
We're not done yet.
yeah,
All right, so you want to widen your curb cut,
Yes,
but keep your driveway the way it is.
yes,
All right.
yes. And then I don't know how recent your picture is.
Well, we had a picture to show the tree in front of your driveway, but that's gone, right?
Yeah, trees are gone. Curb is pretty damaged. Sidewalk is pretty damaged. So yeah.
All right. See, when was the driveway, did you extend it? Did you buy the house like that?
No, we bought it like that.
Okay. So
So we want to go 50 inches. It's basically expanding the apron to where the tree is.
right.
Because we figured they're gonna have to repair it anyway, because when they took it down, the grinder pretty tore everything up.
Right. Okay. You encroach a little bit on your front yard of the corner of the house there, right where that flower pot is, by the stoop, you know,
By the stoop.
to the west of the stoop, right? The driveway, when they widened the driveway, they kind of encroached on the front of the house.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Would you be opposed to putting a post there, like a little protection for the house? We have this thing with safety.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure, of course.
Is that
We want to put rails there and posts.
okay?
Yeah.
All right, great.
Yes.
The other thing we'd ask you to do would be, when you do the curb cut, is to contact the village superintendent of highway, Skip Gardner.
Yeah.
In the highway department. He's a great resource and he can help you out. With,
Oh, yeah, he was the one that was involved with getting the trees out.
There you go.
So, I don't,
Yeah.
do they, does his group fix the curb and the sidewalks?
we have a contract with the mason, cement guy in the village.
Yeah,
And usually with curbing and everything, homeowner pays 50%.
okay,
I think that program is still going on. I may be talking out of turn, but you could speak with him about that and maybe you can get the sidewalk and everything.
okay,
You know, to get with their contractor.
great.
But that's definitely contact him.
I will. We will.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody have anything, concerns?
No.
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 All right, you're good to go.
Thank you all very much and have a great night.
Good luck to you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right,
We good to end live stream?
we're still live.
Are we good to end live stream or is that?
You're
Yes,
gonna-
please.
Yep.